Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jasmine, aka Jazzy Jet Sets, and today's video is all about my time in Toronto. So as many of you may know, I've been back in the States for the last few months. I had to come home for lots of weddings that I will be attending this summer. A lot of people who are pretty close to me are getting married and I'm really excited. So we are headed to the 6th for the weekend. I haven't been in a while, so let's get into it. We are getting ready for the airport here. Quick shout out to the airport girlies who go fully dressed and slaying to the airport. God bless you. I am not one of them, and I know this for myself. So, a few quick facts about Toronto. It's right above New York, so it's pretty close. So, a flight from New York is like less than 2 hours. It's typically inexpensive. And of course, like I would still need my passport. So this flight was actually quite easy. I live in Jersey, so I would just like hop over to New York, take the flight from there, which is what my plan was. But things got a little crazy just trying to get to the airport in New York. Because basically, I don't know if many of you know, but there has been a massive like heat wave in the States on the East Coast. This was around the beginning of July. So that is what was holding me up. All of the trains going into New York got canceled. So then I had to figure out a ride, which can take anywhere from 1.5 to 2 hours to get to New York. So my flight is leaving at 1:50 and I'm already behind schedule because now I have to take this 1.5 to 2 hour drive to New York. So I had to really risk it. I was nervous because it is an international flight, but we called Uncle Scott and he came to the rescue. He's probably the fastest and best driver that I know. So we were doing everything that needed to be done to make sure that I caught this flight, okay? My flight was at 1:50 p.m. I did not get to the airport until like 1:25. This is me running through the airport. Huge shout out to all the girls who have this experience of always running through an airport, trying to catch your plane, trying not to miss your flight. Only God can judge us, okay? We were born free because this was out of control. Do you see me run into this flight? I just knew they were not going to let me on because it's still another country. But I literally ran into children and families. Like, it was really out of control. But your girl made it, okay? I wasn't playing. Running for my life. Yep, so I made it onto my flight. I'm so happy. Shout out to TSA PreCheck, and shout out to this airport not being chaotic. So we are off, headed to the 6th. Fun fact, the last time that I visited Canada/Toronto was about 10 years ago. So I'm really excited to see how I receive the town or the city at this point in my life. For some reason, I always kind of feel super like anti Canada, Toronto. Like, I feel like I don't really need to visit, but I'm actually excited to see how it is because it might be more fun than what I remember. So let's figure that out. Anyways, this is me going through customs. It was actually quite fast. Then it was time to head out. After about a 30 to 40-minute ride, we arrived at our Airbnb, which was in Queen West neighborhood. This was actually a really cute neighborhood. It had tons of places to eat, smoke shops, literally whatever you needed. It was located in this neighborhood and it was actually quite cute. I opted to stay here instead of downtown because I wanted to give myself some time to really explore Toronto, and I'm very happy that I did. This is my cute little Airbnb. I decided to do this loft style one and I was so happy. It was so adorable. Of course, I had to go upstairs and check out the rooftop. I always like to have an Airbnb where I can have a balcony or a rooftop because I'm a smoker. And so I went up there to check it out and it looked very promising. It was a lot of space. I was totally into it. Anyways, it was time to find something to eat. I was starving. I knew that I did not want to sit down anywhere. So I wanted to find something quick. And I'm so happy I did. I took some money out at one of the local stores and went to this Asian spot that was like on the corner. The food was amazing. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It was so good. It was so good. I was ready to go to bed. I don't even need to be out on the town tonight. I've had a long day. The food knocked me out. It was time. Your girl was happy, okay? So now it's Saturday. It's the day of the wedding. I wanted to come on the roof to do a little bit of meditation before I started my yoga for the morning. Also, shout out to this Airbnb host. I did not want to travel with my yoga mat. I felt like the trip was too quick and too fast, so I did not want to travel with my yoga mat, and she made sure that I had her yoga mat. And even though it looks a little bit old, it's a Lululemon one. It looks like an old school one, and it was a great mat. Like, I was very happy. So we finished up some yoga. Today's the wedding. It's around 6, and the idea is to try to get in maybe brunch at one of the places that I found on TikTok. So we got dressed. Your girl is looking good. You see me. Stop. You see me. Stop. So, anyways, it was time to head out. And like many of the smart ones, I went on TikTok and did a little bit of research about Toronto, places that I should eat, places that I should check out. And Borrow is one that came up multiple times. And it kind of looked like my vibe. So I said, you know what? We're going to do brunch here before we go to this wedding later in the early evening. And I was pleasantly surprised by this place. So this is the downstairs. And mind you, this is a Saturday afternoon for brunch. So downstairs was like not really open or busy. So upstairs on this like open patio vibe, that is where I was. This was what I ordered. I think it was a pork hash vibe. It was so good. I was like so happy. I don't know what I was expecting from the Toronto food scene, but I feel like I've been pleasantly surprised the entire time. And it wasn't a crazy expensive brunch. That was the equivalent of about $50 in the US. And now it's time for the main event, marrying Maddie and Yusuf. Fun fact, they actually got married in India early this year. So this is actually just more of a celebration for all of their friends and family who could not make it to India. And I knew that I wanted to be a part of this one. I wasn't able to go to India early this year, which I really so wanted to. But anyways, it was time to get it popping. It was time to get the ceremony started. Of course, I had to get in front of the camera really quick. And it's time. So these are Maddie's parents. We love to see it. These are Yusuf's parents. We love to see it. And then this is Maddie's sister, whom I love. And then we have the couple of the hour, Maddie and Yusuf. I really love them. They're both just so adorable and amazing. And they really are meant for each other. So I'm very happy that I was able to attend. Then it was time to get to the actual celebration, the reception, and everyone was pretty excited and hungry. I know I was hungry. So let's get into it, okay? This was the brief cocktail hour, sort of. Then it was time for us to go right into eating, which, of course, obviously, I was very much here for. They had some cute decor. They were showing some of the pictures from their wedding in India for everyone who was not able to make it. And then I was very happy. They had Indian food on deck, so that is basically what I ate. Then we got a little bit of words from the lovely couple. Again, I love them. And then it was time for them to have their first dance. Well, definitely not the first dance, but the first dance for this celebration. But what really blew me away was the dance that they did after this first dance. All right. thought this was actually pretty cool of Maddie's friends to like really get in there and learn the dance. And you can tell that it's something that is like really welcomed by Yusuf's culture. Like they clearly taught them this dance and they all were really invested in getting it right. So, I just can appreciate this kind of cultural exchange. And I feel like they all looked like they had a really great time, which I really appreciate. Fun fact, Maddie is actually one of the people who moved to Johannesburg with me when I moved there a few years ago. And so our relationship is special and global, and I just really appreciate that. We also moved with this lady in red here as well, Sue. So then it was time to get to reception vibes. Everyone's on the dance floor, everyone's happy, and then they ordered pizza. I don't know if everyone was just hungry or if this is like the thing to do at the end of the day, but it was done. I was not mad at it. Then it was time for this random limboing, and I felt like it was good. I went through a few times, but the bride won it all. All in all, a beautiful celebration for Maddie and Yusuf. I'm so glad that I was able to like come and be there for them. And that was my first time meeting Yusuf. And I just feel like they're really meant for each other. So that was a really special day. So today is Sunday, and now I am getting ready to kind of just hang out and do a little more exploration. My flight leaves tomorrow around 5 a.m., so my plan is to basically stay up all night and do everything that I need to do. So we are getting ready, and we looked up a few brunch spots, but they turned out to be open a little bit later than I wanted. So I was a little bit not happy about it. We ended up actually finding a random place to eat food and figured we would go to the main place that I found on TikTok, which was this place. It's called On Third Thought, and they already took the cake because they were having specials if you were going to see Beyonce. That was the weekend that Beyonce was in Toronto. So yes, On Third Thought is a gelato and wine bar, and when I tell you, it did not disappoint. So basically, they pair different gelato flavors with a specific wine or sparkling wine. So some of their flavors are infused with alcohol and some are not. I was ready either way. I decided to get a flight so that I could taste multiple because I can never make a decision. So this first one is lemon and is paired with a prosecco. The second one is mango and it's paired with a Sauvignon Blanc. And then the third one is a alcohol infused strawberry daiquiri and it's paired with a rosé. Sue got the prosecco and mango pairing. It was amazing. This turned out to be a great place and I spent only about $20. So definitely check it out if you're in Toronto. And that's basically the last thing that I did during the day. I wanted to pack up and then get myself together so I can hang out a little more at night. Don't worry about that part of the video. And lastly, I would just say that Toronto pleasantly surprised me. It was actually a pretty cool city to visit over this summer. While I was there was tons of free festivals, a lot of things to do. I feel like the people were cool, the weather was dope. It was just a beautiful city. So like I said, your girl stands corrected. I'm going to be more intentional about making my way back to Toronto very soon. Anyway, if you've made it this far in the video, just wanted to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time on my next vlog.